All right. Well, pending any pet trips or things of similar sort, where we last left off was the party had continued their journey through the Underdark, trying to find a way back up to the surface. Uh, they encountered a group of gnomes, deep gnomes known as Surfneblin, uh, led by a gnome named Tilly, alongside her two compatriots slash clansmen slash family, Quill and Zabane, and their clockwork construct that they have. The party ventured through the Underdark, following a pathway back towards Sunblight, a fortress down on the spine of the world itself, choosing that as the lesser of two evils uh, for finding your way back up to the top. About halfway across the Underdark, traversing a couple of different forms of whatever you want to call it, between ravines and cave-like structures. The party did encounter a secondary path after crossing a large land bridge, to which they began investigating as possibly the current residence of a basilisk. And upon further inspection, they found inside that cavern, about 10 or so minutes into this secondary pathway, was a injured basilisk. One of its eyes had been stabbed. It had several slashes indicating that there was some form of battle, but the basilisk was still alive. And as the party went into, I think they were going to either tame it or put it out of its misery, one or the other. They were met with a drider who had been tracking Tilly and the two other gnomes through the Underdark, and cue a massive battle. Cue using several spells to keep the basilisk's glare at bay, and combat with the drider and some spiders, phase spiders to be specific. And the party was most of the way done with this encounter, if I'm not mistaken, before we ended last time, as I believe Tilly had just used a fog cloud spell to keep the basilisk inside the contained zone as she moves around. And I think it was just the basilisk and the phase spider that's left. So, no, that was last round. Tilly did that. We're on round 4 now. So, Tilly is going to probably yeet herself farther away.
All those pictures, especially the Tigger one, is illegal. It's too adorable. The pumpkin butt, obviously, wholly adorable. We get it, but that Tigger, the look on Max's face, is killing me right now.
So Tilly will take a few steps back, and she's going to see the phase spider. It's about, yeah, she'd be able to see that, at least the top of its back, enough to get a shot off. She's going to fire off a ray of frost, and it'll do a small chunk of damage.
Heck yeah.
And that's going to be her turn, which will bring us to Oh No.
Okay. I am gonna target the basilisk. I think I'm spitting acid, not fire, so if I am still concentrating, which it looks like I am, I'm
It's
just
a
gonna...
dex save, or is it what kind of save is it for your chili pepper blast?
My stomach acid, I got a little bit of a stomach acid thing going on. I gotta look at the spell because I was looking through. Me click spell book, have everything open. Sorry, Dragon's Breath. Blap. It's a standard roll. I just gotta try to hit you. I'm concentrating, so I just got a standard roll to effectively hit you.
Oh.
It's a 15-foot radius, like a 15-foot cone. Hit you. Standard roll. I'm already concentrating. No, wait, what? No, stop. No, I don't want to end concentration and continue. I'm. What? Why are you denying me to do my thing?
It's just the Dragon's Breath spell, right?
Yeah, I'm already. Is
Because
it
it should
doing?
be it's a deck save.
Where? Yo, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine, man. What's your spell save DC? I'll just roll a deck save for the Basilisk.
You're good. Right. Spellbook. Save DC. 15.
Yeah, he rolled a 3. So
Okay,
if you want to just
well.
roll, it's 3d6, I believe, right?
Yes.
Just
No,
roll
it's
3d6 for me.
Here we go. R slash roll. Error message. Invalid roll. Did I do it backwards? Or is it roll slash? Damn it.
Slash roll.
/R.
There it is. Okay.
All right, for 11.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Spit on them. I'm.
Yes.
I don't want to move. I don't want to move. I'm just gonna stand here and take it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Okay. The nice
Yeah.
thing is it can't see you, you can't see it, so it really doesn't matter. Plus it's a saving throw versus a attack roll, so it's a little bit different too. So you're fine when it comes to the Basilisk Gaze.
Okay. To back up and everything without an attack of opportunity is essentially where I was, because I'm like pretty dang close.
Oh yeah, it would be an attack of opportunity at disadvantage because it can't see you.
Oh, okay. Well,
At least not clear enough to not have disadvantage.
crap. Where my people's at? Miras. Yeah, I'm gonna take my shot. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna back up next to Miras. And go ahead and make your attack of fire roll. Hopefully you miss, but it's okay. No big deal. But that would be the end of my turn. Yeah. Kind of like settle up to Miras, and I'm like, I think I need milk or something.
It would be a 17.
Damn.
With disadvantage. I rolled a crit otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got really lucky on its rolls.
Then yeah, I'll burn a shield reaction.
Okay, so as it like goes into bite, you kind of like somatically prepare this like ethereal shield that kind of its teeth grab into, and as the shield itself kind of shatters as you move away, beginning to reform since it lasts, I think, the entire round. That'll be its attack of opportunity.
Even in the shadows, that's creepy. Okay.
I'm just throwing together quick a damage. What's it called? I'm throwing together a damage thing for your Dragon Breath, so that way you can just do the saving throw every time.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know why it makes me end the concentration and then do it.
Yeah, it's because you're like casting the spell outward. The hard part's going to be when it comes to damage type. Like, we're gonna have to like change that every time when you change the spell.
Sorry for having a complicated spell that I can really alter on the fly.
It's not that big of a deal.
Just wait until I get access to spells that have other damage types. Then it's going to be chaos. Water. Wider, broader, crazier types. Ah! Alright, everybody calm down.
you should have something on your character page now. We'll try that next time, maybe.
Or
like whenever you use it next, see if it actually works.
No worries. Let me double check under...
Should be under features, I think. I have it listed just because it's easier than putting it under weapons.
No worries. Yep. Dragon's Breath damage. Action. Cool. Far out.
Okay. Was that all you were going to do on your turn, then?
Yeah, just back up. Yeah, Dragon's Breath, back up, shield, stand next to Miras, say I have indigestion, and hold a defensive pose, like, kind of protecting Miras's, like, low side, because this creature, the Basilisk, is technically lower than us. Per the terrain. I know it's not, like, a detriment low, but it was, like, just scaled lower, you were saying, I think, last game.
Opposite. The where like the face spider and the basilisk are is a little bit higher.
Oh, above?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I try to stand tall.
Okay.
Yeah, I stand tall. And then, yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
That'll bring us to Aethros.
I will just cast Sacred Flame on Spider.
Okay, go for it. Spider is going to fail as you fire your you summon your pillar of radiant energy down. It is engulfed in that flickering sparkling flame for a moment before the flame itself dissipates. The spider is still standing, but it seems to be on its last legs.
Alright, that's gonna be it for my turn.
Okay. That brings us to the sheriff, who is definitely going to turn and take a couple swings at the phase spider. He'll use his longsword. He's going to miss with his first attack, but he's going to bring it back around and attack it one more time. That one's going to hit. And he goes in with this sword. The biter's fangs kind of like opened and like ready to lunge as he sticks his sword into the spider itself and kind of like rips it out through the top, killing the beast. And you see the greenish blue blood of the spider kind of begin to pool on the ground below it. And he turns towards the fog cloud. We got one left.
Let's go.
And he's just gonna begin running into the fog cloud, but I don't think he's gonna make it as far as what I'd like him to.
Hell yeah.
Oh, never mind. He'll get there. That'll be as far as he gets, but he made his attack, so that's his turn. That'll bring us to Miras.
All right. I think I'll move up closer to the basilisk.
Okay.
And then I'll just use a green flame blade.
Go for it. You should be able to use the actual thing now to do it instead of having to roll the dice all the time.
Okay.
Alright, what is its AC? That first attack is going to be a miss, but with Thirsting Blade you can make a second strike.
Okay. Do I just attack again with green flame blade, or is it just like a regular attack?
Oh wait, nope, that's right, we talked about that, I think. It's a cantrip versus a regular attack. Okay. So, never mind. I apologize.
You should just let him take the attack because, reasons.
You're starting to sound like Ebron for a second there.
Yeah. It's like I got shoot my shot.
Okay. So never mind. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Miras?
Nope, that's it.
All right. That'll bring us to the Clockwork Defender, who's going to begin moving in. Moving right there. Standing like right on the like near the top of that small incline, and he's gonna make a slam strike against the basilisk. It's really irritating for me that you have to go into the attack to roll attack now. That will do damage. As he, you see it's one of its large arms carrying those iron and stone shields bash into the basilisk. You hear it like reel back in pain as it readies for another strike. But it's going to actually hold that action because it has a reaction it can use instead if it triggers, using that slam strike as an alternative thing. So that'll be its turn. It's like, you can kind of see it's like, be like the sheriff and Miras through the fog. You see like this glowing red light from the Clockwork Defender as it hones in on the target. Alright, that'll be its turn. That'll bring us to Ebrin.
Going to use a sharpshooter and launch some arrows at it.
Okay. Keep in mind your attacks into the fog cloud will have disadvantage because you cannot clearly see it. That is going to miss as you fire your first arrow into the fog. You hear it whiz past, but you do not hear it make impact.
I'll do it again without sharpshooter.
Okay, and for your lesser damage, correct?
Yep.
Okay. 15 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Sneak attack.
Technically, yes.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Okay. As you fire off your second arrow, you can hear that one make impact on the creature as it reels out in pain, letting out that cry. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want?
I don't have anything else to do now, so no.
Okay. That'll bring us to Bictoon.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go blindly swing at this thing.
Yes, you picked the perfect spot.
As you run up in there, you kind of see the silhouettes of a couple other members in the party, the glowing red light of the Clockwork Defender, and you see your target in front of you. The nice thing about the fog cloud is it still obscures the basilisk's vision, so you would not have to worry about rolling for... You're already in the fog cloud. You don't have to worry about the basilisk's gaze. So go ahead and make some attack rolls.
All right. Disadvantage, right?
So the way it works technically is it can't see you, you can't see it. The disadvantage cancels itself out in melee range. If you were not in melee range, like if it was in the fog cloud and you weren't, like what Ebrin was, he has disadvantage because he can't see the target. But because both of you can't see each other, it cancels itself out.
Oh,
it's
sweet.
weird.
Well, well, hello there.
No kidding. Okay.
All right, Twinkle
All
Sparkle
right.
doing some damage.
Bictoon, how do you want to do this?
Ooh. I think much like in Mortal Kombat, when you're sitting there thinking so hard about which finisher you want to do, and then you wait too long, and then it just keels over. Like I just hit it, and it just keeled over.
That's the fuck you get the timeout
kill.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, oops.
You bring your sword. It's glimmering, radiant fire. cuts deep into the side of the basilisk one final time, and you bring it up again thinking, oh man, how am I going to do this? I clearly have the final blow. And as you think a little too hard, it just keels over and just falls.
The fog cloud steadily clears, and he's still like standing over it, going like, "Ah! Ah!" That's
All
genius.
right, fully O.
Awesome, way to go.
You guys, I said I would kill, and I killed.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say as soon as he says that, I would drop my darkness and everything else, and then I would go right into loot mode.
And I try to harvest something from the basilisk first.
Okay, yeah. What are we looking to harvest?
The
Can I get a fang?
well, I mean, of course, yeah. But the petrification gland, I hear, makes an amazing anti-petrification brew.
Okay. I want you, for that purpose, to make I'm going to say make a survival check
I would
to carefully remove said gland as you begin to harvest. I would say, Ebron, make an investigation check if you're going to begin looting, and Big Toon, if you want to get a fang, it would be a survival check as well.
guide.
Two different DCs.
Oh no.
Huh?
Do that.
I assist. Oh no.
You certainly could.
Dick. I was gonna guide myself too. So advantage D4?
I would allow that, yes. That
Thank
would
you,
make
sir.
sense.
Chabaloosh.
Athros, if you could be so
You
kind, could I get a guidance from you?
Like, is it behind? It's behind this plate, right?
I
Like,
think
I
I'm kind
just
of helping Ono right now. Can't do two things at once.
All right.
like
You
we're
said it's a
sorry.
survival check.
You were trying to
Ready
like.
to go.
I'm making sure.
It's always nice when you roll a 10 and still get an 18, though.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
All right. Going in order. Unless, Miris, was there anything you were looking to do at this point?
We just dive into just destroying these creatures. Miris is like, where? What? Who did I sign up with?
Can I also get a fang too?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. I would say roll a survival check for me.
Oh, it's so close.
Oh,
That was so close to an
hung on
S20.
that 20.
Okay. Going in order. Ono, as you and Athros begin, like, carefully opening up the insides of this basilisk, you would, after just a couple minutes of moving muscle tissue, a couple organs off to the side, deep inside, near the center of the creature itself, you would find the petrification gland that you are looking for, and with very little issue, you having access to a very wide array of small tools that don't always get a lot of use. You are able to successfully remove said gland, and you can add that to your inventory. Ebron, as you investigate the creatures, I guess, is there something in particular that you are looking for? Otherwise, the spiders themselves, other than what is within said dead bodies, they themselves do not have anything. The Drider would have... it would have a longsword, a longbow, and, I mean, its corpse. It doesn't carry any funds or money on it. You would know that, being a drow and reading of drow culture in your youth, that a lot of times Driders are sent out either as a scout or to hunt things down, or at times are used to defend certain areas, and they don't usually get given any form of payment for doing their duties. It's do it or die. So it would not have any funds on it, but it does have the weaponry that I mentioned.
Well, besides the weaponry, I'd be looking to see if it had like a note or anything like that, if it came from basically if it did have an order to defend this area and to protect, if it's coming from a certain person or deity or monarchy, something like that.
You don't find a note on this creature per se, but I want you to make an Arcana check as you're doing this investigation. Ooh, nice. As you look this creature over, you look for any signs of, I guess what you're looking for between parchment, orders, something to give you a hint as to what it might be after or what its purpose truly was. As you kind of let down your mental guard for a moment, you feel an emanation coming from the Drider itself. You look it over once more, your eyes more attuned for other markings, and you see on the side of its neck a symbol written in Elvish, which you didn't recognize before. You see that there's a command word written on its neck that just says seek. And you kind of take a moment and you run your fingers maybe across the marking itself. And your mind for but a moment is filled with the vision from the creature. Your psionics kind of linking to this creature for one reason or another. You see itself and several other Driders gathered together, a woman standing easily 20 feet higher up in the air atop a staircase leading to a central chamber. You can tell that this is somewhere within a drow city. The woman is dressed in a set of plate armor. She carries a staff with a large spider at the top, a crown with a woven spider web, and she looks down at them, and you can tell that they all feel this sense of fear. The eyes that you look at are that of a matron mother, the leader of almost every drow city that scatters Vas'Kai and generally what scatters the other planes as well. And you see its mind links to these Driders without saying a word verbally. They're filled with the images of the four gnomes that had escaped. You see the image of Tilly, Quill, Zabane, and another one that was seemingly unnamed, but their images fill your person. The last gnome being someone who appears much older than the other three, possibly a generation or two ahead in age. You see the Drider taking off down into the Underdark, two of its comrades. With it hot on the tail, you see a gnome, the oldest gnome, the one that is not currently with the party, staying back and trying to stop said Driders, only to be pinned to the ground with arrows. Its corpse being kind of tossed into a ravine moments later. You see the encounter leading up to this point too, the Drider following all of you across that land bridge, and then taking to the ceiling, preparing to ambush the two of you, or the group of you. And then as it jumps down, getting ready for combat, that's where your vision kind of snaps back to reality.
I would kind of make a guess when I come back. Oh shit, that's not good. Did I see where these other Driders took off before the vision snapped? Like, did they all go the same way, or did they all just separate?
There were a total of 4. One, you recall in that vision that one of them was close to the vision that you had. So it seemed to be working in pairs. The other two seemed to have split off early on, trying to track the scent a different direction. As Ebron ponders this here, Big Tune, you would successfully be able to recover whichever fang you wanted, whether it was a prominent fang longer than the others, or if you're looking for multiple, you'd be able to harvest up to 3 of them with the roll that you had there. And Mirrors, you would be able to successfully recover a singular basilisk fang.
Heck yeah. You know, these their jaws and with their teeth, they're actually meant to like break up like the stone. They're I don't know if you guys knew that. That's actually pretty awesome. I don't know if you
I
guys
just
knew.
want one big ol' honking fang.
They're nasty, dude. Like the biggest fang. Have you seen a picture of a basilisk?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure their biggest fang is like almost like a can of soda. Like they're like a tall boy beer, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, they're kind of hefty.
They're freaking big.
I would say from the Drider, I would take the longbow and the long sword. How much weight do you think that would add?
Well, we should be able to pull it straight from the SRD.
Sick.
Okay.
Could I
Let me take a look.
quickly zip over to the most recently killed phase spider to try to extricate its I believe it's in its main part of its where its breathing sac is, its carapace, but its phase, I believe it's not a gland as much as is a node.
Okay.
So I think it was this guy over yonder.
Yep, that sounds about right. If you're
Like-
looking to harvest one more time, it'd be another survival check, but I would give you advantage because you're. I'll give you advantage on this one because you have just gotten done with the basilisk and you're feeling quite good about yourself.
Okay.
So there's no point in me assisting.
Well, I
If
was
you don't
gonna
want
say.
to.
I mean, I would
Or
just.
can we do
drag-
competing checks?
I would just be dragging
If you want to.
Aethros along with me and be like, Aethros, let's go look at this spider. Come on.
I kind of want it to be a competition, like competing checks.
There's one right next to me. Do you want to try to do it side by side?
Yeah.
That would be.
We'll see who doing the faster.
No. Let's do them side by side because there's one next to me. There's one
Well,
next.
that's a
That's the
Drider.
Drider.
Oh, is it?
The other one's over here.
Oh well. Do you want to do the other one? I'll give you the fresher one. I'll give you the fresher one.
No. I can do the older one. I'm better at this stuff, anyways.
I'm not denying or doubting your skills. I'm just saying, I'm happy to give you the fresher one.
Nope. I'm already over here. Might as well do it. So
Okay.
advantage,
Okay.
And then I'll give myself guidance.
Okay. I guide myself too, and
Okay.
So would my
Bad rolls across
investigation
the way.
work for taking a basilisk tooth and claw as well, or is that
Jesus.
survival for me?
It'd be a survival.
you should have taken mine.
As the two of you go at it, trying to harvest this, this was it a gland that you were trying
Well,
to
it's,
harvest?
Phase
I believe
back.
scholars describe it as like a node. It's like a hard, kind of like cartilage that is imbued with, not infernal, sorry, not astral, ethereal properties, which gives them the property to phase. If I'm not mistaken.
Does not look like it.
Okay. As the two of you begin digging into this face spider to try and get the node, oh no, as you finally reach this this particular like small physical object within the face spider, you look over at Aethros and he seemingly has been done for a little while now.
Okay, I almost got it. There's a lot
Need some help
more.
over there?
There's a lot more tissue. What do you mean help? You have to cut an abundance of tissue out, and there's like fatty. Why do you have it in your hand?
I mean, it's not that hard, and I just have a hammer.
All the more reason.
I just envision like you look over and you see like the intricate nature of the work that you're doing compared to what Aethros did. There's like a night and day difference.
But like he pulls it out successfully, and not even like where it would be like a scientist would be able to see his rival do like better than them. I'm so proud of him. I just look at him like, Aethros, well done, impressive.
What, you just hit it out.
I make a note. Next time, use force on phase spiders. Okay, cool. I addendum. I will. Dang it! You literally did that. How did you do that 45 seconds fast? Never mind. I'm not even gonna question it.
I told you, hammer.
Hammer.
You just see like Tilly like looking at like the mess that Aethros has made, and she just like, it was a slaughter.
That sounds. I mean, he does his best work when he's free to do his best work.
I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ebron, I would say you'd have to choose one or the other. You'd have to choose either the collect, like the claw, or a collect a fang. You wouldn't be able to do both with that roll.
I'll do a fang.
Okay.
I know he pulled his out. Did I get mine out, or did I ruin mine? If I ruined it, it's fine.
You were able to pull it out, but it took a little. It took a little longer.
Okay, cool.
You needed to roll an 8 or higher.
Oh, wicked. Okay, cool. Dang, the ceiling on that was low, and I almost missed it. I'm still impressed. I look at everybody around. I look at Tilly and I go, "Great job, guys. Big proud of my family right now."
Yeah, you see, like, Tilly and the Rock Gnomes are that sounds like a name that I'm totally going to put on my band name list. Anyway, you see Tilly and the Zabane and Quill are kind of like doing just some basic checks on the Clockwork Soldier, and then when you start talking, they seem to finish, and the two kind of climb back on.
Are you running? Why are you running? What's wrong?
Wait.
You're waiting. Why?
You took you forever.
I wanted to make it pretty. You get a rare chance to get a fresh one. Gotta get a good sample. I'm not down. Like, your method, you got the whole thing out.
I just drop it on your hand. And the other one's like, yeah. I don't know what to do with it, so here.
And I like bundle them up carefully to do with what I will later.
Okay.
I would call Ono over as I'd make my way back to the Drider, and I'd be like, "Hey, Ono, can you come check this out real quick?"
Yeah, wait, hold on. Bundle up the nodes. What's up? What's going on?
I would move the Drider's head to the side and be like, "Can you write this down or sketch this in your book? There's a symbol here, and kind of like how Kanit awoken a power in not only myself but you. I connected with it briefly. This isn't the only Drider that this group has faced, and there's most likely one more coming, and there was a total of 4. We just killed 1, but there's a motherly figure that is essentially controlling these, and I'd kind of turn over my shoulder and gesture towards the 3 new people in our group. I'm like, it's hunting Tilly in the group right now.
Okay, all right, yeah, sure. I take my spellbook to a fresh page. I prestidigitate like a small, simple illusory image about like 4 or 5 inches above the image on this creature's neck, and then kind of do like a shadow trace on my book. I slide my book under the image like that I've copied, and just kind of like, like that. I don't know if you guys had it in elementary school or whatever, where you could like trace. It's kind of like the projector, but it's like shadow tracing. I don't know if you guys had that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's I do that to make sure I get it. Like I look at Eber, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're dead serious about this. Okay, yeah, sure.
I know you guys are a little bit more trusting, but
No, I mean,
it doesn't sit right with me right now.
That's fair. I mean, these people don't deserve to be hunted or enslaved in any which way. That's not cool in my book. So yeah, 100%. I kind of like pat you on the knee. I'm like, no, it's a good job. Good job.
they'll get up and be like, all right, let's get the hell out of here.
And you'd see, like, Tilly look over to the group. I agree. Who knows if there's more of these things coming to get us, her seemingly not hearing your conversation.
Yeah, when she says that, I look directly at like, okay.
What? What's wrong?
I just said there's others coming, and she says stuff like that.
I think you're gonna make it more awkward than it really is. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Can I look at your automaton? I just turn, walk over to the creature. I don't even like say anything. I don't wait for permission. I just kind of get into its respective grill.
She would look at Ono and see that he's just moving there without stopping anyway, and just doesn't seem to question it.
Yeah, this thing was impressive. Did you guys see the hit it laid in on that basilisk? Oh wait, no, it was in the fog cloud. Sorry, never mind. Well, I heard it. Let's move on.
I agree. Let's get to Sunblight as soon as we can. Is the party ready to move out?
Yep.
All
Guys,
right.
do you guys at all want to take a short rest or no? I know Ebron. I know Ebron made the statement. I was just saying, does a short rest? No, everybody good?
I'm good. I don't need a short rest.
I'm
good.
I'm at half health.
Yeah. I didn't take anything, so I'm good.
Would we consider this a mild short rest for me to at least burn a hit dice?
I'll just carry you.
I'm not. I can walk. I have both stilts. I'm not. Also, I would not deny the lift, but I'm not an invalid at the moment.
Let's have Aethros just
Alright.
carry you, and then use that as a short rest.
Yeah.
I would say if you needed to take a short rest, if you're just relaxing on Aethros' shoulders, I would allow you to take a short rest as the party walks.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then, yeah, I just
Victor looks a little offended when he goes up on Aethros' shoulders.
no. It's not. I get like as soon as Aethros gets close to Big Toon, I like pull Big Toon's ear and I'm like, it's only because of Aethros' head is the perfect
Start
spot
walking
for me.
away so you can't reach him.
Stop it! Aethros' head has got the perfect flatness for me to set my spell book on top of and read. Let me.
I imagine I'm walking next to Bicton, like, and I'm
I'm
not
back at
okay
full
with
health.
getting cool, or I don't want to piggyback ride or anything, but you could always ask Marisk, see if that makes Ono jealous.
I mean, if I hear that, I don't necessarily have the jealous trait. So no.
It'd be quiet enough where you didn't hear it.
It'd be-
Like, hey, Bicton, you could see if Marisk wants a piggyback ride, make him jealous.
No, unlike some people, I don't cheat on my best friend.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh, dang. Alright, what I need as the party is moving forward, it would be a perception check from whoever is leading with Tilly and whoever is taking up the rear.
As I'm like doodling.
For Ono to get his short rest, he would not be able to be. Our
Nope, not
perception.
doing anything. I'm just doodling a picture
Playing
of
with the rear.
my family.
I'll be in the
I'm
front.
like my
Okay.
two favorite big brothers, Big Toon and Aethros, out of alphabetical order.
Oh boy, we're not paying attention to anything.
That's okay. Tilly
Maybe
also
you
gets one.
should-
Let's see if Tilly does.
Yeah.
Maybe you should stop
Oh no,
being
it's
so
distracting me
angry.
too much.
All you hear is like scribbling from my pen, and it's I'm doing a
You
lot.
guys get lost in the Underdark and never
Yeah.
find your way out.
I'm just looking at my prayer wheel.
I'm subtly looking over his shoulder, and whatever symbols I can see, I flip to Aethros' page and I start doodling his symbols.
I love that for you. As the party makes their way, continuing through the Underdark, you make your way back to the main pathway that you've been following this whole time, and you travel, I'd say, for about probably 2 to 3 hours before you see anything of real value. As you feel as though you're continuing to move south, you're moving, instead of moving deeper down into Vas'Kai itself in the Underdark, you're moving at a level plane, and you encounter a few more land bridge style crossings, one of which seems to actually be a not so much a land bridge but a wooden bridge that had been built ages ago. The two of you, Bigtoon, Aethros, you guys are not really paying attention a whole lot, but you see at some point Tilly looks around and once again pulls out like her dagger and tries to get the party to stop. She looks and she sees that there's for a moment a creature, a really large creature, seems to be flying deep below where the party is. It seems to be, it's hard to gauge what it is from its large silhouette, but it lets out this really deep sounding roar, cry, whatever you would like to call it, that kind of reverberates inside this cavern. The stones around seem to kind of shake for but a moment with the bellow that it has before it disappears out of sight in a rather quick manner. Its wingspan easily 30-40 feet across, and she you see a bead of sweat kind of come down her brow. I don't know what that was, and I don't really want to find out.
Your robot fart?
No.
What was that noise?
There was a creature down below in that ravine there. Did you not? Were you not paying attention?
Huh? What?
Never mind. It's fine. And you see Quill on the soldier looks around. Well, if I'm being honest, I didn't see it either. And it's there's a moment where Tilly and Quill kind of stare at each other in this really weird what the fuck fashion.
Not that I'm doubting
Tilly
you.
just shakes her head and she just puts her dagger back. Well, it's gone now. It's fine. We're a few hours away from Sunblight itself. We're reaching a point where if we don't, I think we should get as close as we can, or as close as we can without alerting the Duragar. Maybe take a long rest, and then try to tackle Sunblight after we've recovered a little bit. You're going to want to be at full strength for this one.
Sure, yeah. Sounds fine.
All right. With the few more hours of travel ahead of them, I will need 2 more people to make checks. Oh no, you can participate if you wish. So,
cool.
Other than Bigtoon and Aethros, who would like to make checks for me?
Also,
I'm
I was
in the
going to ask,
back next to Bigtoon, so I can do one.
could I do my arcane recovery while I was doing my short rest? I forgot to ask if I could do that. Sick. Okay.
What are we doing? Perception or survival?
It would be survival. Wait, no, perception. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that we did perception. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know why I did that. Sorry.
Yeah, you're okay. All right, 18. Does anybody else want to roll one? It would be, I think, just Miris or Ono.
I can roll one.
Yeah, go for it,
Or
Miris.
here, good.
I'm going to give you guidance, Miris.
And then, Miris, you can roll an extra 1d4 and add it to your roll.
I'm gonna. I am going to recover my my second level spell slot. BT dubs.
Okay. Okay, so we have an 18 and a 20. As the party continues moving through the Underdark once again, several more hours pushing along this plane, you eventually make a what you seem to the cave itself eventually begins to migrate to the right, something that you really hadn't experienced a lot in the past, but it seems to be like this large curvature as you can begin, even from this distance, to smell what seems like hammered iron smoke, and you have an your lungs themselves overall are filled with a almost like your whole body begins to be covered in like this this musty odor that you recognize as something that usually happens when you're in a blacksmith shop. You had a similar sensation when you were at Twin Blades and Black Iron Blades, wherever there was someone working on weaponry. As you crest your final hour, you begin to see there's a large level of foot traffic. Miris and Ebrin, you both kind of take a moment, you look down, and you see this place is very heavily traveled and quite often. At this point, you don't see any Duergar themselves, but you look off into the distance, and there's this large opening before you where... Sorry, I gotta describe this better. There's a large opening followed by a small entrance down at the bottom, maybe about 300-400 feet out, that seems to lead into this almost like a natural stone wall that separates you from this large fortress built into the Underdark that has a large pillar that goes up into the cave ceiling itself. There's a bright enough light around coming from that fortress that you can see it from this distance, whereas in many other places in the Underdark and in darkness itself, you would only be able to see out to, I think, what, the 120 or 300 feet that Aethros could possibly give people. But this light source is bright enough that you can see it all the way out here. It provides at least enough light for you to be able to see kind of everything around that structure. You see down at the base of that entrance, where this natural stone structure forms, you see that there are two Duergar heading into this cave, but you don't see anything else. You look around, you see there's a couple separate tunnels coming off to the side here where materials were seemingly mined previously. You see off to your left that there's one that, based off of the quality of the foot traffic, must not have been used for at least the last 2-3 weeks. There's one off to the right that gets used. You feel as though the most recent travel through this rightmost cave is probably 8-9 hours ago. So they're branching out to find minerals to bring into this structure so you can consume, as you stand about 300-400 feet away from this natural stone wall.
Well,
I think
what
we're
do we
here.
have for thoughts?
I think this is close enough before we'd want to take a rest. It looks like, from what it seems here, that one of these caves isn't used anymore. My guess is they got all the minerals they wanted out of it. Or at the very least, they're cycling where they mine so they don't go through everything all at once. The Duergar are weird that way.
It's a pretty good spot.
We could go down that passageway a little bit and set up camp.
Fine with me.
Sure.
Also, I think, just FYI, I think if I did the math right, I also should be able to get one level 1 spell back too.
Yeah,
Level.
so it would be, it's
Half
your
my level
rounded
was
up,
rounded
I
up,
believe.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
so it'd
So
be
if I take a level 2, I can get one level 1 spell back
Yeah.
too.
correct.
So yay. But yeah, I turned to everybody. I'm like, yeah, let's rock and roll.
The party ventures down the quote-unquote abandoned mining tunnel, and you see that the clockwork soldier has to like hunch down a little bit and like change how it walks. You see like there's some gyros and like springs that kind of have to compress into the legs. Oh no, as you watch it shrink itself down. It doesn't shrink down a lot, maybe 1 or 2 feet. It's able to compress itself, but it's enough to fit into the tunnel
Man, those
and continue to
pistons are
walk.
doing work.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't fall apart before we hit the surface. I'd like for it to help us get to the nearest town.
That would be fantastic. Wow, man, more time I get to study this. I mean, the more protection, the better. I mean, I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. I really love this piece of autonomy. It's amazing. I don't want to bother you. Wait, did you guys build it? You guys got it? You stole it? What?
Well, I think
No
we
judgment.
talked about this last time we made camp, but
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we were building them for the drow, and we commandeered this one.
that's right. Yeah, holy commandeered. Yes, 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 yes. But no, I don't want to poke with it because it could be of use to us. Never mind. I'll bite my tongue. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
All right, I'd say the tunnel itself goes into this, into the cave side about a total of 200 feet. Does the party want to go the full length, or do you want to stop somewhere in the middle?
I'd say the full length. I would, because in the back of my mind too, I'm going to be looking to see if there's any reflections or something mineral-wise that we might be able to mine, a diamond or ruby, something.
Okay.
When we get to the halfway point, I will. Actually, at the mouth of it and the halfway point, I am going to put origami dogs, so that way we know when someone is coming. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, hostile creatures. Yeah, so yeah, I put a dog at like specific points.
Okay. And I forget, with origami, you're able to have multiple up at the same time, right?
Up to 5 pieces of origami, and I mean, like, I'm gonna put like maybe like one, maybe like a couple yards before the tunnel entrance, just so I burn all of them. Like 2 on either side of like the path, right? So like at like a couple yards either end. 1 like 5 feet into the entrance, 1 halfway down, and then like the last few just right in front of our camp, just as a precaution.
Okay.
Good boy. There we go. Yeah. Protect the family. I write on all of the dogs. All of the dogs are named. Everybody in camp. So like Aethros,
God.
Miris, Bictune. One's named Spit. One's named Marini.
I love that. All right. As the party begins to set up and prepare for a long rest, is there anything that anybody would like to do while the party rests for the quote-unquote evening?
I'd like to ritually cast Tiny Hut.
Heck yes.
Okay.
I see you do this, and I wait patiently. I got all my supplies ready. I'm like, oh, this is probably one of the best spells you've got going on right now. Like utilitarian spells right now. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, then once that's up, I don't know if anyone else is going to be doing anything that time. Or it takes 10 minutes.
I can't start my project while hold on. Yeah, for 10 minutes I ritually cast like identify, I think. Is that Ibrin, give me that ring.
It's in your haversack or whatever.
Is it? Okay. I dig for the ring, that one ring.
From the hag that we killed.
Yeah, and I not slam it, but I put it on the ground, I throw some chalk on the ground, and while you're doing the hut, I, next to you, adjacent, ritually cast Identify to figure out what the hell this ring is.
While they're doing that, I would want to investigate the tunnel to see if there's any gems, minerals, or anything of value that we might be able to get.
I do have long rest activities I do need to do.
Okay. So we have a ritual casted hut. We have a ritual casted identify, and Ibrin is looking for gems and such inside the tunnel.
Yes.
Okay. Ibrin, I want you to make a investigation check for me.
All right.
Okay, 14. As you begin your investigations down into this tunnel, as you look up and down, reaching the end of the tunnel itself and kind of working your way back, this tunnel has been picked clean. You can see marks where there were gems embedded within the stones, but it seems like everything that you can see between the end of the tunnel and the party, it's been taken already. There's signs where there was like bits of raw iron, like you can make out the pattern of like what ore kind of looked like before it was peeled out. You see a lot of remnants of stone scattered on the ground, but there's nothing of value that you can find. It's been picked clean by the Duragar.
Nothing but rock and stone, Ibrin.
I'll drag my crowbar I have on the ground as I walk back to the party. Disappointed, depressed.
Okay. I would say, Athros, you successfully cast your tiny hut, and its size overall, fills up almost the entirety of the passageway between, let's say, the party and the entrance, which is, I would say, beneficial.
Good job.
And as you take a moment and you begin to analyze this ring, a silver wrapped ring with looks like some form of ruby embedded on the top. You kind of move it between your fingers, and you get the feeling that this ring is some form of regenerative ring. It seems to, at the very least, at the beginning of every combat, if a person is, or not combat, every round, if a person is missing more than their maximum health, it will regenerate an X amount of their health. Identify doesn't identify if there's any curses. It doesn't give you any cursed vibes, but you do not know that offhand.
Yeah. More just, I guess, would there, if
you're
one of
for
us
specific information,
one of us would have to put it on to get like an item card. I have a feeling.
Perhaps.
I look at Ibrin, and I hold the ring up after I finish the spell, and I go, all right, Ibrin. Good news, bad news. Good news, it does restore health. Bad news is, I honestly cannot confirm nor deny whether or not it will have positive or negative effects in the long run. Quite literally, unless you put it on and wear it, and we figure out what the heck is going on, that's the best I got, and I kind of like huck it at Ibrin.
I guess I will catch it, or make a check too. But
we're probably not that far away from each other.
I'll catch it and be like, all right, you want me to put it on? And I'll literally have it like an inch above my finger.
I mean, I'm not suggesting you put it on. I'm just saying, if you're feeling froggy, put it on. If you want to hold on to it and not put it on, and then, we wait for another night to try it on when we feel more mentally capable, we're not in the middle of danger with a group of, innocents, we can throw it back in the bag. And I kind of hold the bag open. It's up to you. I got your back. I don't care.
I'm gonna slide it on my pinky ring.
Oh, snap.
On my left hand.
Okay.
You transform into a slug. Roll initiative.
I was gonna say toad, but
Ah, damn.
I'm kidding.
And then we get to, after you slide it on your finger, I shrug, smile, I put my books and blank paper and pen and everything, probably. Definitely. it's, I'm sorry. I know.
Spelled it
We
wrong.
know.
Yeah.
We know. It's probably like, if we're being honest. Sorry, there's an M in there. Sorry. Yo, for real. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm focusing right now because I realized
Bro.
I didn't make my item card for this yet.
No,
So
you're
I'm making it
okay.
right now.
You're okay, because I feel like every game is gonna be one of those moments when I go, "Hey Dakota, remember that spell scroll I got that I stuck in my book? I'd like that." Hey Dakota, can I do? Yeah, yeah, no worries, no regrets. Are you sure you don't have any regrets? Not one? Not a letter or two? Yeah, yeah, probably. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Well, this doesn't require anything from you. But everybody climbs into the hut. I assume Athros casts blanket, which I'm totally prepared for, which I'm not
I
prepared for
just love
because
that
I'm
you
sure.
say casts blanket. I think
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah,
Oh,
of
no.
course.
I'm not casting blanket right now. I'm casting create food and water.
Oh snap! Okay.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Whoa!
Heck yes.
Dig in, everybody. I put the
Yeah, we're
alchemy
eating
jar
good
down.
tonight.
Yeah, I put the alchemy jar down with mayonnaise. I'm like, it's probably better with mayonnaise. Probably not, but just in case. Yeah. While we eat heartily and happily, I scribe out a spell scroll for the evening.
Okay. And what spell are we doing this time?
I thought long and hard about this, and it was difficult. It was difficult. I start because for me it was two. In my head I was like, okay, no, I don't want to do this one. We're gonna save this one for later. I make a cure wounds spell scroll,
Okay.
and I slap that on the inside of Athros' shield.
I didn't catch any of that because I was reading a different spell on my spell list, but I got a spell on my field.
I assume like the way we have like after you cast like the create food and water, like we're all kind of sitting next to each other. Like I figure like we're all kind of sitting crisscross applesauce next to each other or some fashion of that. And like I'm directly like in my head canon, I'm sitting in between you and Bictune, and I'm just like I'm doing like spell notes and scribing stuff. And as soon as I'm like through my evening, I'm like, done last signature, cool. And I grab like a little bit of like greasy fat paste and slap it on the back, and I just legit like lift your shield up just a little bit, slide it, slap it, rub it on there, and I kind of like drop your shield, and I'm like, okay, perfect.
And I look at you and go, you know I can't read, right?
No, you can read this one. This is easy. And I flip it over, and I go, I'm sorry, I was looking over your shoulder. I was looking at your scroll wheel. I made the symbols easier for you to read. They're symbols that you're familiar with. Technically, they're the same rudimentary kind of like archaic symbology. So you can read this. Don't do it. Don't do it now.
Like I'm taking at it with the corner of my eye.
No,
Like,
don't concentrate. Stop. This is a good, just in case. like, hey, you don't want to burn a spell or we're tapped out. This is like a last-ditch effort to at least get yourself or someone up. I'm going to make more.
Okay.
Don't worry.
No.
Just write in
We
your
can copy.
inventory. Just write in your inventory Cure Wounds spell scroll.
Okay. But, we want to send a message to Arini. What should we say? I got the sending spell.
Okay.
Didn't we run into this issue last time though? Because it only goes up to 1 mile.
No, it's a different one.
No, that's a
Oh.
different. That's like
This
message,
is
and I
any
gotta
creature on this plane.
Yeah, it's just got to be 25 words.
Actually, can go to other
Y'all-
planes of existence too.
Y'all alive?
Wait, hold on. I think I have something for this. Hold on. Wait 1 second.
Just so that way I can get this out of the way. Ebrin, as you put the ring on your finger, you feel it latch onto your finger. And you are unable to remove it.
Oh, it's definitely magical.
Oh yeah. It's cursed. Yeah.
And I added it to your inventory now.
I kind of just shrug and I'm like, alright, well, it's on my pinky.
Now, I'm not going to lie, I was very hyper-focused on finishing that. What were people doing? I know it sounds like the sending spell, possibly sending a message out to...
I made, like I said, I made a Cure Wounds scroll. I slapped it on the inside of Aethros' shield. Aethros is about to cast sending, but I'm trying to count out the words to this message. If I could dictate it to him.
Okay.
The scroll would be using my ability modifier or Kono's ability modifier.
I thought that... Well, no, the scroll itself I believe it uses yours. Because if you're the one... It's whoever casts the spell from the scroll, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so spell scroll, you have access to Cure Wounds. So it doesn't burn any spell slots. It's just like casting Cure Wounds without destroying any of your spell slot resources. But I know that you have access to this spell, so that it's like with Big Tune. I know he has access to magic missile, so I made him a magic missile scroll so he can cast it without burning a spell scroll. Or spell slot, sorry.
What he said.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
D8 plus 5.
I gotta find what was oh my god. What was Cool Arm dude's name? Space Cop's name? Because I'm trying to thumb through my notes. Not
Isn't
you,
that a great
God.
question?
Not you, God.
His name's Kneat.
Kneat, that's right, yes. Thank you.
You know, it's going to be really funny when I eventually post this recording, since I'm doing so much editing. In the meantime, people are going to be like, what is he doing?
Yeah, we're just doing magic stuff, right? Okay, let me finally count this out.
Oh man.
Then Dakota, I sent you a message on Discord while he's figuring out his message.
Okay.
John, have you been watching Ahsoka at all?
No.
Okay,
Haven't
so
even
neither have I,
watched
but I did.
minute of it.
There's a moment from there that you gotta see though. And the Anakin gift that you sent reminded me of it. It's fucking badass. I also better find it.
The fight that him and Ahsoka have in the, like, whatever plane of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that everywhere.
With like the flash of Vader in there.
Okay, I have exactly a 25-word message prepared. That I have a feeling Aethros is gonna be like, okay, too much. But
Half the words wrong.
Mad respect.
Or I'll send it in a language she doesn't understand.
Yeah, that's right. Here I'll
She
put.
doesn't speak Draconic? Uh-oh.
Right. I'll post. Let's see if I can post it in chat.
Or
I
no,
totally
say it in Goblin, thinking it was to fit.
Yeah. Spit understood it. I spelled Kaneet's name wrong. I know I spelled Kaneet's name wrong. Okay. I think I counted it out like twice. I think that's 25 words.
I really wanted it to something completely different.
I'm sorry. Did you? Yeah, I was just thinking, like, man.
I just thought, like, instead of something nice, be like, hope, or shit went south, everyone else is dead.
No,
That's it.
I don't, because if Arini and Spit and Kaneet are okay, I don't want them to, like, Ono's thought process is, I know if the spell goes through and Arini responds, then they're okay, or at least some facet of our family is okay. So I don't want to worry her at all, and I am like, that's Ono's focus is like, we're fine. I know we're fine. Everybody here is fine. We're gonna be great. I'm worried about them because I know Arini is awesome and Spit is amazing. Kaneet, I got a clue, but I'm hoping he is not screwing up and hurting our family. I'm hoping Kaneet is A game, 100%, top shelf, doing absolutely their best, and 10% more. And I'm always proud of Spit. That's why he got most of the, like, the letters, the words. And then I kind of, like, as soon as I've finished doing my spell scroll, and then kind of quickly scribing that over to Aethros so that Aethros can legibly easily read it, and I'll dictate it to them so that he can read it. I kind of step up. I sit up and I, like, wherever our resident warlock friend Miras is, I kind of pop over there and hey, you did amazing today, and I don't know if anybody else may say this to you. I don't know if it's weird or not, but I'm proud of you, and I'm super thankful that you're a part of our family now. And I pat you on the boot, and I smile at you warmly.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be, or I'm glad that I'm able to join you guys.
Also, are you gonna eat that biscuit? I'm just gonna. It's like right underneath your heel. I'm just gonna grab that. Sorry. No.
I'll let you have it.
Yeah. No. I'm tremendously glad that you're here with us. Also, like, fascinating research into tieflings. Not that I'm taking notes, but your horns naturally grow that way, or do you like train them?
Nope. They've always grown like this.
Awesome. That's so cool. I make a note in my spell book. I'm like, they naturally grow that way and they choose not to train them. Okay, cool. Fire out. And I just devour the biscuit. I assume our our guests, Tilly, Quill, and Zabane, are like just gorging themselves. Um, you know, I changed the alchemy jug from because I think this is a new day. I think.
We would be at over the course of the long rest here. Well, actually, yeah, the amount of travel that you guys did, it would have been over a full day since you last took a long rest, so you could change the
So then, yeah, I change it from mayo, and I make it beer, and I like I pull out like little clay cups that like I may or may not have just maybe Aethros put them in the bag of holding, and I don't know, and I just like man cups, and then boop up, good job, and I just start pouring out beer for everyone.
So we can take a long rest then. Officially
Yes.
now.
Officially, you can take a long rest now.
Oh, it's so nice.
Gonna feel good. I'm still not full on hit dice just yet, but
Okay, yeah, so I figure out what I'm actually going to say to Irini, and it's
Yeah,
not at all what Ono said.
I figured you'd
I
change
mean,
it.
it's not like completely different.
No. It's probably better. It's way better. In my head
Oh,
canon,
yeah.
it's way better.
And I realized I had one extra word, so I just used all 25 words.
Yes, you did. You
Okay.
good? We good. Met some new friends and looking to get to the surface. Might be a couple of weeks. Sheriff is alive too. Hippopotamus! Yes. No, I approve.
oh my god.
Oh dear God.
Uh,
Because you
It's
know
a
the
big
next
word
time we
for
see-
Aethros. He was trying to impress her,
Hippopotamus.
you know.
Hey, because
Makes the most of
when
himself.
we meet up with them and we start and Spit sees us, he's just gonna be like saying to himself, hippopotamus, hippopotamus, hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
That'll be-
Someone will
no.
challenge him to say that like 5 times fast or something.
Ben, you freaking genius. Oh my god, Ben, you freaking genius. That's the perfect code word to make sure that they're okay. What was the special word that Aethro said? What was the code word?
Oh, God, that's incredible.
That kills me. Ben, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. You good? We good. So perfect.
Okay, now I gotta type out my response.
And now they know the sheriff is alive too.
In all honesty, this is probably the best use of sending I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, because she gets to respond.
Yeah. Give me just a hot second here. I want to make sure I use all 25 words too.
He's gonna.
His last word's gonna be like manatee or something.
So I was thinking something even worse, like soliloquy or something, and it's gonna trip up Aethros, and they're not gonna know what to say. Well, while he's typing this masterful thing, I think I got to run my dog outside because I think she just tooted right underneath my nose, and it is horrific. So I'm going to be back in just like 2 minutes.
Sounds good.
That's great.
I had to channel my inner Emily for a moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's use some fucking mannerisms.
Yeah. Use actual full sentences. Not, you good? We good.
Yeah, no. Hey guys, glad you're alive. Bridge tender smells like shit. Currently dealing with the aftermath of that ritual thing. Don't take too long. What's a hippopotamus?
Or do I want to burn a bunch more level 3 spells the next day? Just to use sending.
Yeah, the beginning of the you good, we good just sounds like something you send at 3 a.m. after getting home when everybody's a little bit tipsy.
Yeah. Okay. You good?
I just love the difference between yours and Ono's. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Alright, when Clark's back we can resume, but if you haven't taken a long rest already, now is the optimal time to do so. So Miris, if you wanted to take a long rest, feel free to do so.
Alright.
I figure out what spells I want to prepare for the next day.
I audibly LOL'd outside my backyard. What's a hippopotamus?
Yeah, I felt like it was accurate enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Arini has probably no clue what the hell that creature is.
Yeah.
Who knows if they even canonically exist?
I feel like, yeah, Aethros would probably have a wide variety of weird creatures at their knowledge. Weird
Probably.
For all we
baseline.
know, he literally just made up this word on the spot.
100%. Hippopotamus is a made-up word, canon. It's probably like some rabbit-like creature that's green and smells like watermelon.
All right.
Damn it.
Was there anything else people need to do before the new day officially resumes? I know everyone should have taken a long rest at this point.
A gif. A fucking gif. You jerk. You jerk.
Like, yeah, that's what Aethros was thinking of.
100%. That makes perfect sense. Frame of reference. Oh no goes. Hippopotamus. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, they're gunslingers for sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I don't have anything short of my scroll, doing studying and doing light tinkering. That's about it.
Okay. The party rests without issue. Oh no, you don't hear any audible barks coming from your plethora of origami dogs. It seems rather quiet, which you do see that for the vast majority of the night, Tilly seems to kind of, or I guess I'd probably be Ebron since you're the trancy rest boy. You see that, especially after you finish your trance, that Tilly kind of doesn't seem to rest nicely. She seems to toss and turn, and then occasionally wake up and like grab her dagger out of instinct, and then after doing so, seems to like return back into like a half slumber. Everybody else, the Zabane and Quill, being loaded up on. Well, before I would imagine probably no, it would have been the mayonnaise was switched to beer at that point, so they would have been drinking quite a bit, and would have been passed out for the evening. But the night itself doesn't seem to have any issues. You awake after about an 8-hour or so transition. I'll call it 6. I'll call it 6 hours. 6 is the minimal that you need, and I don't feel like you guys would stay there that long, or any longer than you needed to. As you get your full rest in, the party begins to prepare to leave for the day. Tilly and the crew. I like that almost better than Tilly and the Rock Gnomes.
They're both really good.
Would load themselves up and make their way out towards the exit. Tilly taking a moment to check for any Duragar presence, and as there is none right now, kind of ushers for the party to get ready to move. So if everybody's ready, we can continue. A dog barks in the distance. The origami dog finally set off.
Yeah, no. Something just dropped in my kitchen. I gotta run upstairs and see what the hell happened. Sorry.
No, you're fine. As the party stands back at the entrance of that cavern, once again, out in this opening, you don't hear the presence of Duragar. It's early enough in the day that they haven't all made their way out to mine minerals, at least this far out. And so you once again see that large natural stone wall. This wall itself is probably close to about 50 feet high, with a singular entrance leading inside, closer to the Sunblight Fortress that you can see off in the distance. What would the party like to do?
Well, how do you guys think we should get in there? Are we able to just walk in, or what?
Sorry, I missed literally all the description. I apologize.
Nah, it's okay. I was just describing that we're back where you were before, standing in like the walkway, at the entrance of the tunnel. That's all you missed.
Okay. Cool.
Well, yeah, aren't these supposed to be the friendly people?
Well, well,
Or friendlier than the drow?
I mean, technically, but there's some opposition. We're gonna,
Then-
you know what, we're gonna play this as politely as possible, but not appear weak.
And what did you have in mind? Oh no. Tilly would look at you.
Okay. Well, in my experience, I mean, I worked with a dwarf for many years. It's straightforward. It's to business. We're here for a purpose. We need to use their access to get to the surface. There probably is going to be some form of exchange if we go the political, the diplomatic route and kind of just talk our way through it. They're probably going to ask us for something, or we're probably going to have to show them, we mean business without being physical. Okay, sorry. My standpoint from this point has always been dwarves have kind of been in charge. So for me personally, the best form of action, a little bead of sweat. The best form of action, we're stern, forward, correct, and we don't waver. We need to access to the surface. They have access. We need it.
Right. I'm just a little concerned about them. Well, I'm not concerned about all of you. I am concerned about
I'm gonna die.
myself and my family men. Because
You are safe with us.
yeah, but the story goes, and she you see her eyes kind of dart away for a moment. The story goes that about 200 or so years ago, that the Sunblight clan is the ones who, well, subjugated and sold us to the drow. So I'm not sure how friendly they'll be toward us, but if you feel you have it covered, by all means, I trust your judgment. I said, without you guys being here, this wouldn't even be a possibility. So
we can stealth through it. I don't know if
Can I
that's
make
gonna
a
go.
perception check?
sure. What are you trying to discern?
While I was talking to Tilly and the party, I kind of want to maneuver my way to a flanking / behind position. The connection I had with the Drider, I want to see if there's maybe a marking in Elvish or something on their necks or head or something like that maybe we haven't caught already.
On the gnomes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you could make a perception or an investigation. I will allow either for this roll.
I will do investigation.
Ebron just gets right up next to Tilly's face and starts looking at her neck.
As Tilly's kind of talking to the rest of the party, Ebron, you take a nice long look at at her neck in not a weird way, but in a detective Sherlock Holmes manner. And you see that on her neck, with a what looks like some form of blade cut through it, is the remnants in Elvish of the word obey. But there's a large streak cut through the actual marking itself that seems to have nullified the magic that was once there.
Mm-hmm.
You say that?
I'm gonna just kind of take a mental note of that, and then, well, when I was talking to her, I'm gonna kind of gesture with my head that I need to talk to him when they're done.
Okay, no way. I continue on. I'm like, no, look, I changed up my spells today. We have a good chance. Well, hold on one second. Ebron, what's wrong?
She's got a similar marking on her neck that the Drider had.
Okay.
there might be still a connection.
Okay. 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 Firefoot clan, can I ask a relatively personal question? Are you
Want to
guys?
cast Zone of Truth?
Yes. I finger guns at you so happily. Are you guys still marked and under control of your enslavers?
What's the... Okay, you place Zone of Truth. Are you
They're
trying
gonna
to
Charisma.
target...
need a wisdom saving throw, I think.
It's a charisma saving throw, but it's 15-foot radius around the point of my choice. I want to try and get as many people as possible.
You start hugging gnomes.
Yeah.
Everybody bring it in.
Everybody bring it in, Zone of Truth.
$4 billion.
Okay.
15-foot radius, that's a pretty big area.
50-foot radius is pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your spell save DC?
16.
Okay, I gotta do the other two as well.
And I also do know if they succeed or fail the saving throw.
Good to know.
I don't know that.
I will let you know once I do their other rolls quick.
Are you trying to get all of us in this?
There's my
Yeah.
charisma saving throw.
Okay.
We're dead.
I honestly don't care if I pass or fail. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I guess everybody determines if you want to be, if you are okay being subjugated to this Zone of Truth spell, or if you're trying to resist it, because you can tell that it is Athros who is casting it. I will say,
told, Victon's really not even paying attention.
Big Toon just starts talking about, guys, I got toe jam in between my pinky and my second toe. You know what's weird? I itch that part that's underneath your tail, but just above your butt crack. Is that weird for you guys? Big Toon, what are you saying?
as you cast your Zone of Truth spell, you can tell that Tilly and Zabane both succeed, but Quill does not. If it helps you.
Do you acknowledge that to at least me?
Oh yeah, I eye him down. I'm like, question him.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, Firefoot clan. Look, this is...
You're all looking at me kind of weird. Quill would
No,
chime in. Got some eyes
no,
on me. Is everything okay?
No, we're not trying to be rude or anything. It's just more of, okay. Here's option one. We go walk in there, and we go, you guys are our property. Not that that's appropriate or anything. Is there going to be conflict if you guys are marked and still magically tied to your captors? And I look at Quill, and I don't change my eye contact. Normally, I look around a group and kind of look at everybody's eyes. I'm vehemently staring at Quill.
I'm playing with a psionic dagger, looking at him as well.
Don't intimidate him.
A bead of sweat
I'm not intimidating.
rolls down his
Just-
head, his baldish, deep gnome head. He looks at Athros and Ebrin. I mean, he holds his neck out, and you can see the similar mark to what Tilly has with the word "obey" written on his neck. But you see it's been cut through by some form of sharp blade. I mean, the connection that they had on us was it was powerful. But however, Tilly broke free. She ended up cutting us with the blade too. And the connection itself was severed. The spell that they use requires complete contact with the script. Similar to how when you see a glyph of warding, it requires the full thing to be active, but you scrape it with your foot and pray you don't activate it, and suddenly it disappears. It's a similar thing, but it's a controller spell. It's like I'm not very familiar with my spells, not as much as Tilly is anyway. He just starts rambling.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. No,
Did you guys
and
see
while
those
he's
rocks back
rambling,
there? They were kind of weird looking, weren't they? Just
while Quill is rambling, I like subtly drop in. Okay, was her blade magical or was it just a regular blade?
No, it was just I think it was just a regular dagger. And that looks back to Tilly. Was it a regular dagger? And then like looks back to you. I think it was a regular dagger.
Okay, cool. No, fair.
So
Okay,
something she had that could cut the words.
I just more in the effect of like, if we walk in there, is there something that like, hey, we know you sold these people off. Well, you know what? We got them now. We own them now, and we got to go to the surface. And there are guides to get us here, and you are the access. Is that okay with you guys? I'm still looking at Quill.
I mean, truthfully, I don't care whether or not I'm being told I'm in possession of a person who's really not in possession of me. If it'll get me out of here a little bit sooner. I cannot speak for Tilly or Zabane. Actually, I don't think anybody can speak for Zabane. But I don't know if
why
they
is
would let
that,
us go.
Quill? Why is that, Quill? Why? What's wrong with Zabane?
Because Zabane doesn't have a tongue.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zabane.
There's a
My
sad
bad.
look of disappointment on Zabane's face. He's just like turns away sadly. We try not to remind him too much of that.
I am so sorry. Honestly, I'll pray to Mistra, even though I'm not religiously inclined, but I'll pray to Mistra that you find a druid who gives you regeneration. But, okay, here's my plan. I turn to the family. You guys got any more questions while I lay out this plan? Think about it real quick. Here's my plan. I changed up a couple of my spells this morning. I could disguise myself as a dwarf and say that I'm from the surface, and, we happen to be down here, and we needed a guide out of here. We bought you from whomever we bought you from, and then killed them if they question, because, we're badasses. Yeah, that's the way it goes. And we need access to the surface, and I will demand it. Does anybody have a problem with that? Is that okay? Is that an okay idea? Like, is that weird?
No, I'm fine with that.
I mean, I think that's all fine and dandy, but I don't think it's gonna work for Tilly. And like, Quill would look at Tilly, and the only reason I'm saying that is because the Drow really aren't ones to sell prized people, and selling people in general with the Drow is kind of hard to come by. Slavery's pretty big down here, but her especially, she's kind of a target. And when I say that, he looks at Tilly. I'm not trying to say it to offend. I mean, the words are just kind of coming out of my mouth right now. But I know that they would not voluntarily let go of. They wouldn't voluntarily let go of her.
But
they would probably see her as an escaped convict of sorts.
Right, so if I change Tilly and keep the two of you and say that we happened upon you two, and you guys are now our wards, and Tilly has been in our party the whole time, Tilly, do you think that would be better for you? I stopped looking at Quill.
I'm gonna tap Mirrors on the back and be like, man, it almost sounds like if we had a Drow in the party.
I cast.
That could
Oh no,
act
I
as
can't.
the
I
owner.
can't cast Disguise Self on her. I can only do it on myself.
No.
Damn it.
Might be able to get away with this.
Well, if you had the ability to do such a thing, I would be in favor of an option like that if it meant that it would increase our successful chances of getting through here. But
Yeah, I could disguise myself as a short drow and say I'm I own you. Or I could disguise myself as a dwarf and say that I killed the drow captors and am taking you to the surface because you are my access to the surface, and if they want to get into it, we can have dwarvish words. Guys, anybody, family? I've got a million ideas in my head. These are the top 2.5.
I think if we can't disguise me, I mean, I do still have this cloak, and she would kind of flip the hood up on the cloak of Elvenkind that she's been wearing. It'll at least increase the chances of us, or maybe me sneaking around, staying out of sight while you do your business. It might be hard to get past the fires of the forge inside, because as you can see in the distance here, they're lighting something up down there. You can see, like, that continued glow coming from the fortress itself. But I'm open to any ideas you may have. So whatever you think is best, you'll have my vote.
I turn to my family and I go, okay, very serious question. We talk it out or we go for violence? Who votes for talking it out? And try to, like, be diplomatic and go through there and try to do our best to talk our way through that until we have to fight. Who wants to do that?
Yeah. I want to go that route.
Aethros?
I mean, we have a drow on the party, and I was just gonna gesture to myself.
Yeah, but you don't look like one.
No,
True.
You're very peachy for a drow.
Yeah.
Oh, peachy. Yeah, sorry. And I don't have makeup to kind of make you...
Could try to go that route as well. Otherwise, I want to do as little as talking as possible, so...
Okay, so that's not a vote for talking and 1 vote for violence. Got it.
No, I'm all cool for talking. Like, if we're doing the talking route, I'm going to be cloaked as well.
Okay, so talking...
I hear you say the word violence, and Big Toon just goes, kill?
The ears perk up.
I mean, if that's a vote for violence, I will count that toward violence, but, I mean, we could talk this through, but that's okay. That's 2-1. We don't have a Rainy or Spit here, and you guys are indifferent.
So if we try and talk it out, but it goes south right away, we'll just be closer to killing them.
I see, and I feel like that's a great fallback plan. Kitty, are you okay with that?
Huh?
Okay, perfect.
I mean, realistically speaking, how many people in this town are there that we would have to kill?
Well, we don't necessarily
I'm gonna look at Tilly because she's already been there before, and I'm gonna look at the other guy who's under the zone of truth. Like, how many people would we realistically have to kill to get out of there?
You would hear Quill chime in. Well, it's not a town; it's a fortress. Just need to clarify that. It's kind of an important detail.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, how many people are in this fortress?
A lot. Couldn't give you an exact number. If you're looking for like 152.5 because someone's being tortured, I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Literally. But
over 100?
10, 20, 30, 100.
You're talking about the vast majority of an entire clan of dwarves, with a fortress that scales between the Underdark and the surface. All I'm saying is, you want to go in with the mentality of preparing for the worst. And that's not factoring in any other creatures they might have under their servitude.
I mean, if I'm going in with the worst, I'd say you're our property and we're here to return you guys in exchange for us getting passage to the top. So,
jeez,
well, that's
bro,
a dick move.
That's a dick move. We're not doing that.
And he failed his own truth test or save, so he's...
No, that was the truth. That was dead ass the truth,
yeah, he was definitely...
I'm just going to gesture him like you wanted me to tell you the truth, what I would prepare for. That is the worst case.
I lean into Ibrin. Ibrin, you can choose to tell the truth whether or not you want. You could literally choose. Like, I'm
telling the truth.
That's not maybe...
That's kind of a compulsion. I either have to try and hold my tongue or I have to just tell you kind of what's going on in my mind.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
That's like, do you like chocolate ice cream? And they probably hate chocolate ice cream, but they probably would go, I'm not a particular fan of chocolate ice cream. They don't have to say I hate chocolate ice cream. They could just literally say it's the truth, and they're not a fan of chocolate.
You would hear Quill say, "I don't think I've ever had chocolate ice cream before."
All right, Quill. That's quite literally the next thing we're gonna do when we get to the surface. Well, all right. It's cold up top, so maybe not. We'll figure it out. Okay. I cast Disguise Self and turn myself into the only dwarf that I am intimately familiar with, and I transform into Mr. Flint, my boss, my former boss.
Okay.
And
So you're under the appearance of a familiar dwarf to you right now. As,
You speak dwarf.
I do speak dwarf. Hold on, I just gotta hold on, and I pull out like a small piece of like wax, kind of like reed, and stick it in the back of my jaw. I'm like, this helps me speak dwarvish. Changes my tone. Great. Prepared to go inside, and we can talk to these other dwarves and find our way to the top. Any day now, laddies. Let's go.
that's quite whack.
I
You
apologize.
like changed your entire. Just gives me a whole new meaning to disguising oneself.
Yeah, I appear very good as a dwarf. The dialect is mainly because you get yelled orders over and over and over again, and then you just fucking do it. So yeah, that's the way it goes.
Oh, that's
So-
good.
Yeah. So you lads are ready. Let's go. Come on. And I kind of like pat Ebron on the side of the leg.
Real quick, God, where did we establish my psionic link limits are? Could I do essentially one giant group message now with our party, not including Tilly and the other 2 gnomes and automaton?
Isn't it based
wait.
off of like your level and proficiency or something like that? Like half your level and your proficiency bonus or something?
Right, we did one time with me at level 5 where I could do our entire family. Otherwise, it's been 2 plus me and then 2 plus me, and I'd have to relay it.
I believe I had you roll an Arcana check to determine if you could make it a giant conference call or not.
I would like to roll an Arcana then.
Okay. So you can technically have,
Okay, Patrick, can you go to
with
sleep?
2 uses, you would have up to 6 people. The first
Yeah,
time is free. The second time would cost you 1 psionic die, and then it's the number of. Is it the distance or is it the number of hours? Number of hours equal
Hours.
hours equal
It's
to the number of
hours. Yeah.
rolls. Okay.
All right, Arcana.
It's
Is
going to be.
poop.
It's going to be 2 separate calls with you in the middle playing telephone.
You're gonna be playing
So-
telephone, bro.
You got to choose your how you want to have it separated.
I'll do Aethros, Ono, myself, and then I'll do Big Tune, Miris, and myself. And I'll just establish the link and be like, all right, clearly I was under the zone of...
Do you want to include or not include the sheriff? Because
Oh,
the sheriff is also here too. He's just been kind of hanging out.
yeah, I'll include the sheriff with the Aethros and Ono party. Sorry, I forgot about the sheriff for a second there.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure whether or not you wanted to include him. So Big Tuna Miris, and then you, and then Aethros, Ono, and the sheriff and you.
Correct. And then, what is it, 1d10?
It is at level 5. It becomes a D8,
1d8.
which reminds me, I gotta make sure that that's set up correctly. It is. Okay, perfect.
So,
So your first
in an
one
hour.
is an hour, but then you get to, for your one for free, you also can roll to determine your hour. Or whatever one you want to, whatever order you want to have it, whether this is the one for your Aethros Ono Sheriff or the Big Two Miris. You have to roll each of them separately.
I'm actually going to... Can I bolster my psionic link or no?
Oh, you could use Cybolster Knack to try and improve your Arcana check to see if you can make it a giant conference call.
I will do that. And that's a
Yeah,
D8
there you
then.
go.
Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana. Roll a D8 again for me. This one will be
So 8 total.
It does not meet my threshold. Hit a roll of 10.
Hell yeah.
Can I bolster it again?
Does it?
Can I re-bolster?
Keep bolstering. Bolster, bolster, bolster.
So it does not say that you can expend multiple dice. Unlike certain abilities, like for monks with their key field strikes, you can bolster it up to 3 points. It does not say you can do more. I'm going to rule it that you can't.
Okay. I'm at 4 psionic diamond.
So you try to push it so that way all of your minds are linked together, but unfortunately, you are not able to push hard enough in this situation. So,
Heck, Ibrin, stop playing with my damn head.
I'm going to use the Aethros Ono Sheriff party as 3, and then Big Toon and Miris myself party as 1. And I'm going to state that Big Toon and Miris were linked. The other party is not linked with us. I have to do the whole telephone thing again. It's going to be a fucking pain in the ass, but
they're on the other
I don't have a
line.
good feeling about this.
Ibrin, why are you
and
saying this to us? Why say this to the other people?
I've been saying it to the other people.
No, you
Oh,
thought
shit, that's
me
right.
first, and I'm the
No,
main.
I can hear Big Toon talking. It's fucking
No, that's still me.
headache and a half. No, it's you got both parties hear me. It doesn't work the way it should.
Well, now you're speaking out loud so everybody can hear you.
Ebern starts just rubbing his head like, all right, the way that Tilly's been talking, I don't trust her. You guys already heard my thoughts in the zone of truth, and I did that for a reason. Let's just fucking get this done and over with. Big Toon, Miris, you got an hour with me. Everybody else, you've got 3. Let's go.
Okay, fair, cool. I heighten up, take a firm, stout dwarven stance.
Of course.
And all right, let's move forward and fucking go through this.
And then with my cloak, I'm putting my beard inside of it, hood over. I don't want my eyes. I don't want my body really showing at all.
All right, and you will also see, those of you in the party would see Tilly flip her the hood on the Cloak of Elvenkind up too, and you see that the cloak itself begins to shimmer in the appearance of like the stone around how you're walking and like mimicking overall terrain appearance to try and blend in as best as she can. At moments, as you guys are approaching, she kind of seems to disappear until you like hone your eyes in and see the ripple of her form moving for anyone who's behind her. Those of you in front would just see like her face as she hasn't like kept it down to avoid being seen at this moment since there's no Duragar in your current line of sight.
Ibrin, I'm not saying that you should ask, but maybe if you politely ask after we make it out of this hellhole, maybe she'll give that to you.
What is she giving to me? The
The
cloak?
cloak, you daft ninny.
I was gonna wager the automaton for you.
Oh, you're sweet. God damn it, you're sweet. Stop it. Sweet, you're saying stuff. Let's get back to it. Stop.
You would hear the sheriff inside the two of your minds. Well, that's all cute and fine, but can we please get out of here first?
No, I know.
As the party makes their way to this cave entrance, the entrance itself, like the wall's entrance, I should say, should be more specific. The wall's entrance is about 20 feet tall and 10 feet wide. You see that there are several tread marks from like carts or some like things on wheels or treads that have been going in and out of here quite frequently. The activity level is a bit low for the time being. As you walk into this structure, it's about, I would say about from entrance to exit, it's going to be a tunnel that's about 100 or so feet deep. But you can see the like you can hear the sounds of the forge and the sounds of Durgar on the far end. None of which are in your line of sight right now. You see a light coming from the end of the tunnel, and then the tunnel itself curves to the right as you approach that exit. About, I would say, at this point, you're about 30 feet from that curve. Is there anything in particular anybody wants to do at this point? Otherwise, I'll advance you forward a little bit more as you're making your approach.
Okay.
A total of about maybe 10 minutes has passed, so you have plenty of time on all your stuff.
I turn to Quill and Zabane because I know Tilly is hiding, and I go, right, this is merely for, like, semantics, so stick your hands out, please, wrists up, and I take bits of, like, wire wrapping and just wrap them around their wrists to make them, like, pseudo cuffs, but it's, like, thin wire, and they can, like, easily break out of it. But as soon as anyone questions whether or not it's, like, it will be handled, I'll like prestidigitate it fucking shiny and be like, they're magical, damn it. So yeah, and I'm like, I apologize, it's rather rude, but sorry.
It's okay, I understand.
Just going along and saying that you're, our guides to get to the surface, and
I'll tell them whatever you want me to say.
No, it's fine,
as long as we stay alive.
Stay quiet, please, just stay quiet. And the automaton, it will be mine. Not saying it's mine, but I'll just say it's mine. Just for its sole purpose. Is there, like, a code word that I need it to, like, if I wanted to tell it to sit down, is there, like, a code word that I need to know, or is that, like, somebody for you? I turn to the automaton and I go, oi, sit.
It does not respond. Heck. Just kind of sits there. You hear the gears kind of spinning in place as it's like hanging out.
Quill, I'm going to ask you, since we're out of the truce circle and Tilly is doing a damned good job at being daftably hidden, Quill, can you order the automaton to sit, and then I'll just have to say, oh, well, you're our slaves and this is our automaton as well, and the slave knows how to fucking work it because he's a damn, almost called goblin. I'm thinking about spit. Sorry, gnome.
Sure, I can do that for you. And
right.
It, like, utters in gnomish with a deep gnome, like, accent to it, calling out for it to sit. And you see that it doesn't actually sit, but it goes into like a very small standby position, kind of like how it crawled into the tunnel. But now it's like its shields are in front of itself, and it's in like a standby.
Make note of the deep note and accent, and I go, perfect. All right, well, now stand them up because we're going to walk in there. Is everybody ready? Everybody is going to be... Here's the game plan. Not that we're walking into this like a bunch of ninnies. I'm going to be Mr. Flint, and you all are my party. I'm a retired business owner back out in adventuring, and we got trapped down here because, traveling from Sigil, you got open doorways, and then fuck all doorway open into the Underdark, and here we are. Found these guys. They're now our wards to get the hell out of here so we can get to the surface, and then the automaton is, they can operate the automaton. Everybody had a good with that.
Just remember, less is more. Keep it simple.
I'm gonna send you a couple questions, Clark.
I pause and I go, like, out of full blown like imagery and everything. How do you expect me to keep it simple, Ebrin?
Keep it
We have faith. We have faith in you. The family trusts you.
Don't
let us down.
Aethros. I take a deep breath and I go, great. It's fix my straps, and oh, absolutely, I will be happy. I can, if you want me to answer these out loud, or I can text them to you.
Send them to me through message for
I will happily. Yeah.
And then I guess third question is, did he have a last name?
Oh, so Mr. Flint is his last name.
Okay.
His full name.
Yeah, there we go. I want a full name.
I'll drop his full name in a message real quick.
Perfect.
As a note, this is an homage to one of my best friends and his character that he made. Okay, and 1A, 1B.
will say. And then, I mean, dwarven, they're long-lived, right? They're relatively long-lived. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Okay.
As a note, those are all names of like rock. Obviously.
I could tell.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why it changed the W as well. So yeah,
Okay, good to know. I appreciate that.
you're welcome. Right. Slap my cheeks a little bit. Let me get in the mode. Hold on. Let me get in the zone. Oh no, we've got orders. Oh no, we've got orders. Right. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. Come on. I take my pipe out. I jam my pipe in the corner of my mouth. I fix a hat that's not there, and I go, right, I don't have the hat today. Okay, let's go.
All right, we're continuing forward.
Unless
Yep.
anybody in
Okay,
the family
thank you.
objects.
Yeah.
Don't think so. All right, sorry, I just saw that someone had a condition that they didn't need to have on them. Okay, so as you guys you adventure forward, you make your way around the bend, and you come out into the entrance or exit of the tunneled wall. You see the front of Sunblight Fortress. Two very large doors are the first things that you see as entrances into this, honestly, this castle-like building. You hear a commotion coming from around to your right as you all make your way out towards this entrance now, with Ono being the one in front. Which reminds me, I gotta change that on my map here.
Oh.
Okay. And you see the commotion is coming from what seems to be 4 Duragar, 2 of which are in their enlarged state, seemingly trying to get a handle on a very large insectoid creature. Oh no, you would recognize this as an Umber Hulk.
Of course it's an Umber Hulk.
It has like a bag or like a sat over its head right now, and they're trying to get it to begin tunneling into the rock, and is fighting back wholeheartedly from them. Even the 2 enlarged are having a hard time keeping it under control. Well, get going, you bastard! As they
You boys
Don't
having some trouble there?
you see one of the non-enlarged Duragar turn and hear you. And what brings a surface dwarf down to this level? You're a bit deep, far away from your homeland, don't you think?
You're damn Skippy. No, it's a damn shame. When you travel through doorways, through sigil, they kind of pop you out every which way. I was wondering if there's any possible way that me and my crew could make it to what I understand you have access to the surface through your fortress. And I get closer to them in a non-threatening way, as close as they'll let me, at least to the closest one possible. And if
Okay.
I can get within arms/touch reach, I will guide one of them and be like, "Look, mate, you just gotta focus, and if you just grit your teeth, it'll listen." And I cast, if you let me, I'll cast guidance on them.
Okay. Is anybody else following Ono directly, or is Ono heading up by himself?
We'll be a couple steps behind him.
Okay. Big
Kinda like
Tune,
Being
Ibra,
a
Miras.
bodyguard.
I want to be in the back, and I want to be actively looking at the entire surrounding with my 120 feet vision. I want to see everything.
Makes sense. Miras?
Big Tune's just a little confused still by his voice.
You watch me change.
That doesn't matter.
Fair.
Okay. Tilly would be out of sight.
Mirrors, you got anything going on, bud?
Nope. I'll probably be somewhere in the middle of the party.
Would you want? It would be Quill and Zabane and the Clockwork Defender. Do you want them to like? What is your
So
plan
for
for them
them,
currently?
For them, if Athros and Bictune are standing like doing the bodyguard thing, I want the automaton behind Quill and Zabane as like extra, like looking like extra security, and I want Quill and Zabane with their heads down and like looking in deference.
Okay. I think the sheriff would be also moving up.
The sheriff was, I would assume, either next to the automaton or somewhere kind of like doing the like back wing kind of situation with Ibrin, at least kind of giving cover to Tilly if at all possible.
Okay, that I can do. And then, did we have a response, Mirs? What's you're retailing with the party somewhere in the middle? Did I hear that right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. And you said you were giving guidance. The Durgar would let you get close enough since you seem to have a moderate understanding of Umber Hulks. I will say I want you to make a persuasion check with advantage before you would cast guidance.
I would absolutely love to. Persuasion, advantage. Didn't guide myself, but that's fine. I should have guided myself. Fuck.
Let's see. And as you kind of go up and you give him a touch, he kind of gives you like they give you this weird look, and
Don't
then
be weird. This is what surface people do.
Aye, but it's not what we do down here.
That's
But whatever.
fair. That's fair.
And you would see him turn back toward the Umber Hulk. Come on, get the move on. And he like kind of like taps it with his hammer, not like trying to do damage, but kind of like to kind of give it a little umph in its step. And he's going to try and quote unquote persuade it to work for it.
Oh, you fucking big beast. Move for this guy, you goddamn bastard. Let's go. Just gritting my teeth, like hoping.
And you see that the oh, hold on. Persuasion.
Damn mind scramblers.
Oh shit. Okay. And the Umber Hulk, you would see it begin to you'd see it would not see you. It mindlessly, with two of the Duragar following behind it, begins to chisel its way through the stone in front of it, almost as if it's like butter. This thing has large claws that are truly meant for digging through stone, and it takes very little time, and you see one of the enlarged and one of the small Duragar take off into the tunnel with it to begin looking for minerals. The larger one being first to kind of keep the Umber Hulk in line, the smaller one being the one who looks for minerals. And the small Duragar you've been talking to, oh no, looks back at you. Well, I thank you for that. Didn't have to do that. Didn't expect you to. Truthfully, didn't want you to at first until it worked.
Look, to be fair, where I come from, you help out a dwarf wherever they come from. Duragar, mountain dwarf alike, you're all the same. And I stick my hand out, making sure my illusion is exactly to my hand, not bigger or smaller. And I go for a shake and I go, Dicite, Wardlight, Epicastic, Everlasting Flint. You can call me Mr. Flint. This is my party. Again, trying to find a way to the surface. Is that possible through this fortress here ahead?
And he shakes your hand and has this like inquisitive look upon himself. You don't hear him call out his name, but you do hear him say, "Aye, it's possible to get to the surface through here, but I'd be honest with you, I don't foresee that happening. You'd better be pushing your luck to find your way through that north towards Brinshander. There's a Sharan temple. But, I mean, if you're not acquainted with the underground, it's going to be kind of hard to find your way there."
Nah, my guide's leading me here. I had an unfortunate situation, picked up some guides in a not so fancy way, but they pointed me in this direction, and the only thing they gave me was dwarf. So I figure, some distant cousin kind of situation. Is that possible? Like, is there someone else I can talk to, laddie?
I mean, if you're looking for someone to help you get to the surface, it'd probably be Xaradok inside. Xaradok Sunblight. He's kind of he is the clan's leader. But we would need someone from the inside to unlock the door. With the Umberhonk roaming right now, I don't foresee that happening right now.
Right. Okay, so Sharon Temple, or do we help Mr. Xaradok Sunblight? Well, I mean, I'm a helpful dwarf. You can see that for sure. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name there, lad.
It's because I didn't give it to you.
That's fair.
And don't think I'm going to do that now.
Well, bit rude, but I can't hold it against you.
Not exactly someone who likes to give my name out to people I just met. You'll have to...
Right.
Takes a few drinks for that to really matter.
Oh, well, if that's the case, and I turn around, jam my hand in the bag of holding, pull out my alkaline jug, that's still beer, and I go, if that's the case, we can have a drink right now, laddie. You have a cup?
Yeah, maybe you can have a drink, but I'm working right now.
The hell you're working, the damn Umberhook's moving forward, that gate over there is bigger than you. Take 5 seconds, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, but the moment I do that, suddenly I'm the one under the hammer. I don't want my kneecaps broken.
Here, how about this? You got a water skin. Give me a water skin. I know you have one.
Make a persuasion check.
I would love to.
With advantage.
Thank you. I'm going to guide myself on this one. I will take that. Look, it's not a thing. And look, if you get off after work, a couple hours later, what's with a decent beer that you share with your mate, right?
You might have a point there. He pulls out the water skin. You see the hulking figure of the enlarged Durgar, standing almost 10 feet tall with its rather husky frame. He just has this look of inquisitive disappointment.
Mate, if you drop your skin, I'll feel yours too. It's not a big deal.
No, I'll be fine with what we have inside.
Fair. No, that's fair. I mean, look, I'm sure their local brew is far better than surface stuff. It's not a problem. If there is any liquid left, I dump his water skin, and I pour it in a way that he can see that it is beer, and if he wishes to stick his finger in it and taste it, I don't want to appear that I'm being dishonest. So I fill his water skin to the brim with beer.
And he would take a singular drink out of the water skin to confirm its taste, and he kind of smacks his lips together for a moment.
It's a light beer. It's not bad.
That's some good shite.
It's not bad. It's like a decent dinner beverage, or if if you're really rabble-rousing, you can throw back at least 4 or 5 skins. Or if we had mugs, at least 8 mugs.
Well, anyway, you got a point there, but you mentioned your guides.
Right.
Who might those be? Is it the deep gnome that you have back there?
I picked up 2 deep gnomes. It's a sad thing. Not knowing what I've done, right? My party kind of waylaid their captors, their bosses, their owners, as it were. And they're just lying about. So as we took a break, I asked them, "Look, I need to get the hell out of here. Can you take me?" And one of them doesn't talk at all. I think he's missing his tongue. Don't bring it up. It's a bit soft. It's not nice. And the other one, he's quite talkative. Good man, good lad. But he directed us out here. Said some such and such with business and whatnot. So he's mine technically now, as it were. So making it to the surface, if that, like I said, if it were all possible through any means necessary. By the way, you want to shift the Umberhook maybe a quarter to the left. It looks like he's about to hit a vein.
And you would hear him shout into the canal. Ah, you got to shift him over a little bit. You don't want to ruin the vein in front of him. And you would hear like commotion yelling back through this through the tunnel. They're probably about 30, 40 feet in. This thing is just chiseling through the stone.
Oh, it's like butter. They're doing a damn good job.
Aye. Well, I can't say I can directly get you into the... We can try. We can try getting you through the door.
That's fair.
But if they don't let you in, there's not much I can do.
No, and hey, look, that'd be a damn shame.
I've seen people get their skulls crushed for less in this group, okay?
Oh, mate, look, you see that proud big furry bastard right there? He's not gonna let me get my head crushed in. Let alone, like, you see that ugly son of a bitch right there with the big shield? It's not gonna happen. No. But like I said, if it goes
he is
south,
an ugly one, ain't he?
I grit my teeth because I really didn't want to say it, and I was like, I didn't really want you to tag that on. I look over my shoulder.
Psychic Link, I am screaming. I'm furious. I'm not ugly.
I know you're not ugly. Look, Ebrin and Athros and Big Toon, you're all beautiful. I'm sorry. It's the dwarven thing to do. I'm sorry. It's a mountain dwarf thing.
Like, switch back in.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Damn it. Come on.
I just envision it like hanging up the phone, like click burr.
Yeah. And I'm like, I get a weird, like, quizzical look, like a weird queer look on my face. I'm like, right, well, look, I don't want to take you away from your work. Obviously, the Umberhook is doing, amazing work. You're already 55 feet in. Good lords. But, again, nameless worker that I've happily helped, not to be rude, if you help us at least get to the door, appreciate you. If not, at least get us 5 seconds to talk to someone who possibly could. Appreciate that. And I
see what I can do.
I pull out he's a dwarf. I pull out 25 gold and happily openly palm into his palm without thinking about it.
Yeah, without thinking about it, he gladly pockets that money and makes his way over to the main door. You see that one, they're both about the same size, but one's about twice the height. Both double door entrances. He leads to the one that has like almost seems like a tall spire of a watchtower next to it. And he takes his hammer and he bangs on the door loudly. You see a slit open at about eye level for a dwarf. What do you want? I got some visitors out here who are looking to apparently make their way to the surface, and they found their way all the way to Sunblight. Kind of an interesting crew. They got decent beer. You see the slit closes for a moment, and there's like a solid 2 minutes
as it closes.
No responses.
I lean over my shoulder away from the Durgar and like to my family, and I goes, it like in the void. I'm like, boys, please be cool. Please be cool.
I look away with my lips closed.
Damn it. Athros, stop it. It's not... You're a beautiful man. I really do think you're a beautiful man. Don't say that. Like, you make me feel bad. I want to cry. It'll mess up my damn spell. Don't do it. I'm sorry. Fuck.
You see the slit open up once again. And how exactly are they planning on getting to the surface? And the Durgar chimes in. Well, I imagine they'd probably want us to let them use the lift to get up to the surface.
I've got gold if that's a problem. If not, I've got skills that I can afford to give you for at least a day or two. I just got to get to the surface. I've got to meet my party up top side. Is that a problem?
The Durgar, looks from you back at the slit. There's
I do say that in
quieter,
Dwarvish.
Good to know. There's a louder mumbling, and then you see something get passed through the doorway. Thank you. And the Duragar kind of ushers for the party to come up closer. You can have an audience with Xaradok, Sunblight. He's working with the Forge right now. You're gonna have to plead your case to him. This is as far as I can get you.
All right, now
Indoors. But
here.
if something bad happens, I make no promise I won't be busting people's knees.
Well, that's fair. Look, that's fine. The lad who brought us over. Now, I don't want to keep asking him because he's tight-lipped about it, but I'd like to put in, at least if we're good standing, a good word for the lad. He's a good guy, and if I'm not fecking around, he got the damn Underhulk under control in under a solid minute. So you should damn well increase his pay, or at least give him some of the strong stuff.
You can
No, he always
You
does
can
that.
convey that however you want to do it, but they're waiting for you inside now, so you'd
Yeah.
best be quick.
Fair. I won't even ask his name. I'm just going to mention him, describe him perfectly. And you too, you're handsome. Not that that's weird. All right, let's go, boys. Come on. And I snap my fingers and I grit my teeth and I'm like, take a deep breath. And I'm like, for God's sakes, please, let's go.
All right. As the party, you hear, as the Durgar turns this large key inside a tumbler attached to the lock, you hear audible gears turning that start down by the where the keys turn, and they kind of resonate all the way through the door as you see the doors open without any effort from Durgars pushing or pulling. They are set up in a way to open on their own. And as you all begin to make your way towards this entrance, you get a clear view inside the forge. You see a large, older dwarf with a rigid crown of black standing atop a platform, barking orders down at the creatures that seem to be inhabiting around the forge itself. They look like quadrupedal, beast-like creatures that, let's see, I want Miris and Ono to make a history check.
For sure.
My studious duo.
Miris, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you guidance. I would assume you're relatively close at this point. I would tap you and give you guidance. So that's a D4.
Okay.
I'm glad I gave you guidance. I'm really glad I gave you guidance.
Okay. The two of you would recognize these creatures as Quagoths, usually found in Underdark type environments. Not usually more than a pack of 4. There seems to be at least 6 of them in this room, throwing metal into the molten chambers themselves to begin getting melted down. You see one Duragar who seems to be directly controlling the Quagoths themselves, with Xaradok giving more so the specifics of what he's looking for as he stands atop this like 25 by 25 foot platform about 10 feet up in the air. As you begin entering through the door, he makes eye contact with the party. You see a red glow kind of coming from behind his eyes. And I would say Athros and Ibrin, actually no, the whole party would be close enough. You get a sense of dread coming from his presence here. You can't quite pinpoint what it is from this distance, but just walking into this room, you don't get a very good feeling about it. And as the party enters this room, getting entry into Sunblight Fortress, I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
Ooh,